That was how I knew I had PCOS. By the time I started, it wasn't easy for me. My journey wasn't easy, yes, because I didn't just go to the doctor and say, you have PCOS. The first time I went, they said it's infection. We treated that one. I came back again. They said it's a chemical pregnancy. We treated that one. So the doctors, if I go today, I'll meet another doctor. If I go tomorrow, I'll meet another doctor. They kept on saying different things, and they were getting me confused. I started going to prayer houses. Yes. So I was going to prayer houses praying, and that was the period I just finished serving. I didn't really have money that much, so people were like, buy this, buy that, you get. So when I discovered I had PCOS, I've already spent a whole lot of resources. I've spent time. I'm already drained, like emotionally I'm drained. I was tired. I was so scared of what the future would be, you get. So the major symptoms or the major signs you get is irregular period and infertility. Then maybe the other symptoms we have, the weight gain and other ones there.
Okay, so but for your condition, was it, when did you observe? Okay, I know you thought of, I didn't conceive for 1 year, but did you ever have period where your period's not coming in or something? Did you experience that aspect?
Yeah, my period must come. Like, my period comes. Like, I didn't miss my period for 1 day. Unlike other women would tell me, I've not seen my period for 7 months. I've not seen my period for 3. I was seeing my period. And that was the reason why I was busy calculating, now, biology student. I was calculating my cycle. I was late so day. I didn't know I wasn't even ovulating, but I was seeing my period.
Thank you so much. So because I've heard people like, it has to be period not when you're not ovulating. Sorry, when you're not menstruating, that's when you have PCOS. But in your case, you were menstruating. It's just that there was no ovulation. So at what point did doctors find out this? Because I've heard women tell me, I've gone to do all the tests, including myself. I've gone to do all the tests and nobody told me there's PCOS. At what point will a woman know that this might be PCOS related challenge?
So this is what I tell people, even young ladies that are coming up, that are not yet married. I tell them, immediately you're ready to get married, go and check your fertility status. Go and do that. So by the time you go to the hospital to check your fertility status, they will do some hormonal profile, you get, to know if there's any hormonal imbalance.
Okay.
You don't need to miss your period first. You don't need to have irregular periods first. And you don't even have to wait until you start looking for the child before you now start going for these things I'm saying, you get. So when you see your doctor can actually say, you have PCOS. You already have that at the back of your mind, you get. So you have to make the move. I think when you go to check, that's when you'll be told, or you start experiencing maybe the irregular period or no period. You start having excessive weight gain. You start having some markings like. But those ones wouldn't take any Nigerian woman to the hospital. That one is just having acne will not take this to the hospital. They won't go. Even the missed period self will not go. You understand? That's just the truth.
Okay. So the next question was about your diagnosis, for you have shared that with us. So I want to ask, what are the common, or I think you shared the symptoms as well, but I just want to know how does PCOS affect a woman's daily life, and what lifestyle changes can a woman make to manage it? I've not gotten into treatment. I'm just talking about the general managing of it.
I'll start by saying PCOS is not a joke. It's not a joke. Aside the infertility drama, PCOS is not a joke. Sometime last year, I had anxiety. I was having anxiety and panic attacks. It's linked to PCOS. Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's not funny. Most morning you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything. Like this program now, I kept on telling myself I must attend this program, because I will tell you we're going to do this tomorrow. By tomorrow, I'll wake up so tired. And discouraged, like I don't want to do it anymore. You get. So living with PCOS is not funny. You can just wake up, you are so tired for no reason, extremely tired. You are wired, but you are tired. You forget things. There was a meeting I was supposed to go. I'm even speaking in that meeting. I forgot the date. I was just at home doing something else. I didn't remember I was supposed to go for that meeting. When I told them I didn't remember, they were like, "This lady, it's like you are very unserious." They didn't know what I was going through. You wake up most times, you see your face is already scattered with acne. You can't even explain. So living with PCOS is not funny. It's not funny at all. The part I don't like is the anxiety. I don't like that part at all. I don't like that part. So if you want to overcome this thing, you have to learn how to make some lifestyle changes.
Okay.
You must eat healthy. You must be active. You see the early morning sun, we don't joke with it. Or you are supplementing with vitamin D. You get. So living with PCOS is not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not funny. I'm not even talking about infertility. That one is another story. Like another village, another community on its own. I'm talking about the normal lifestyle you're talking about. It's not a funny thing at all. So,
thank you. Thank you for that. So my next question is, what are some misconceptions about PCOS that you'd like to clarify? That you'd like to, some of these things are myths associated to PCOS that you'd like to clarify. Yeah.
By the grace of God, I get to coach women. Aside the infertility thing, they now bring their personal issues to me. I've seen marriages fail because of PCOS. I've seen marriages that never happened because of PCOS. In fact, there's a lady currently, her fiancé is in, I think, France or so. She went and told the guy that she's having PCOS. So the guy went and told the elder sister that this lady says she has PCOS. The elder sister said, "Jesus, God forbid, don't marry her. She can never give birth again in life." So the lady wrote to me and said, "You would have told me first before telling your fiancé that you have PCOS, because not every man can manage this kind of information." You understand? Now, PCOS doesn't mean you will not give birth. That's not true. That's not true. So pregnancy, there's a book I'm writing currently. Procrastination has not allowed me to finish that book. Pregnancy is 100% possible with PCOS. That's one major thing that people don't understand. That you have PCOS doesn't mean you will not have kids. Though it's not easy, it's challenging, it's not easy. You have to put in a lot of hard work, but it's possible. You just took the light, but it's possible. So
we can see your face.
Yeah.
So you can see your face. Go.
Okay. So you can get pregnant with PCOS. Then another thing is, PCOS is not a disease. It's just a disorder. And what this simply means is put things in order. You understand? Normally in Nigeria, I'm using Nigeria because that's where I am and that's where I'm from. We don't eat healthy. That's just the truth. We don't eat healthy. We don't exercise. Before you see a Nigerian woman exercise, know that either her health is at stake or she's actually competing with her neighbors in the estate. Or you understand, there's a reason why
a celebrity. She has to go to the gym to do video.
Thank you. So there's a reason why we do these things. So it's not our culture. We don't do it because we need to do it. We are doing it just for one reason or the other. You get? So it's a disorder. Put things in order. Start eating healthy. Start exercising. There are certain things you should not be doing. You will see a woman will not sleep. From morning till night, you're busy. You will not rest. All these things are...
I hope you're not speaking to me in that regard, because I don't sleep.
Yeah, because we have a PCOS type that is caused by stress, that is triggered by stress. You get? So, we don't eat healthy. You see most of them taking alcohol, doing a whole lot of things that are not healthy for us. You understand? So PCOS is a disorder and not a disease. Then another thing I said, especially on TikTok, where I have more followers, I think I have about 12.3k women on PCOS issue. You get? I see people who just cork something in a bottle and they will write PCOS on it. Just that thing cannot cure PCOS. PCOS is like a collective effort. You must be exercising, and not just at any kind of exercise. It has to be a low impact kind of exercise. You must eat healthy, and you see your mindset. It has to be positive at all times. In fact, any day I don't read my affirmations, that day is already gone, because I have to make sure I fill my mind, my head with a whole lot of positive things. So you need to start making some lifestyle changes and not start running from pillar. That was the mistake I made. Start running from here to here. You hear this herbal medicine is this herbal yeah, there's some herbs that works for PCOS, but they are just selected herbs and you need to know them. So anybody telling you PCOS is a disease, that's not true. So these are one of the things I really want to correct. Then some people tell you PCOS women usually have miscarriage. Anyway, the cause of the miscarriage is something that even the doctors will tell you, I don't know. So for this reason, if you're pregnant with PCOS, immediately you take in, just have it at the back of your mind that you are carrying a special pregnancy. Pregnancy with PCOS is a special one, and it should be treated as that. You get. Don't stay at home and be listening to all these house doctors and nurses. You know, we have so many medical people at home now. We are too many, yes. Immediately you test positive, go to the hospital. Reasons being that your hormones might be fluctuating, going up and down, and this can cause miscarriage. So, not stay at home and say PCOS pregnancy don't to reach 9 months. You must miscarry it. In fact, it got to a point somebody was asking me, is it every time you're having miscarriage? somebody asked me that question during my time. Is it every time you're having miscarriage? I said, my sister, that's PCOS for you. You understand? So, if you have pregnancy with PCOS, treat it as such. That's just treat it as a special pregnancy. Sorry, and you are not like the other woman that doesn't have PCOS. You are not at all. It's a special one.
So I'm gonna ask you, based on what you're explaining. What are some of the things you would advise? I know I just don't want to forget this aspect because I'm taking it from what you said. What are some of the things you'd advise a woman that is going through that PCOS stage? What are some of the diet or some of the things you say, okay, be doing this or do this or eat this, do that? And when you say exercise, what are the specifics? Because I can stand up now and be hitting my wall. Is it part of exercise or just be jumping up and down and up and down? Just try to be specific, because not just women, there are other single ladies or most men that I'm seeing that might not even know what this is, but now they might be thinking, oh, like I even have this PCOS. So what are some of the diets, some of the specific things they need to take, and so the specific exercises that they need to do that can help improve their health?
Okay, we have we usually advise women with PCOS to do low impact exercise, like your running is fine, your fast walk. If you're going to walk for a long distance, you can slow down, but if it's a short distance, I advise you do a fast walk. Then we have the skipping. You skip, that's fine. You can jog, that's fine. You swim, that's fine. You ride your bicycle, that is your cycling, that's also fine. You get. Reasons being that your body should not have this signal that you are being stressed, because anything that increases your cortisol, that's your stress hormone, affects you. You understand? It affects you. So if you're this kind of person that has a PCOS type called irregular, we call it the stress related PCOS, and you are going to gym and you now go and carry 150 kg dumbbell, you are causing more problems, because you see that fat will not drop weight. You will keep feeling more stressed. So the logic here is I should be enjoying what I'm doing, and at the same time I should be exercising. I remember that time I was working with GT Bank. I know you know Rumokoro, right? I used to stay at Rumodara. So what I do every evening, I would trek from Rumokoro to Rumodara. Every evening, that's what I was doing. Now, I approached one of her, she's actually a cleaner then, and I approached her, I was like, can we just be working together? She said, no problems. So we'll be gisting. So if you see story, most times when we get to Rumodara, we will now stand there and tell more stories. I was really enjoying it, but at the same time, I was exercising. You get? So my body was not having this signal that I'm being stressed. I was enjoying the whole thing. So if you love dancing, most of the videos I do, people think I'm creating content. I'm doing exercise, I'm dancing. Most of the dances. Yes.
The cat has been
I'm
left
dancing.
out of the box. Okay.
So most people think she's creating. I'm not creating content. I said, look, let me use this opportunity and do the dancing at the same time. If you see the energy I put in it, you know this woman is actually dancing. So I'll dance, you understand? And I'm also feeling okay. That's the part of exercise. So anything that you will do that will make your cortisol to increase, that's your stress hormone, is not good for you. It's not good for you. Then on the food part, you must prioritize foods that helps with inflammation. Foods that are anti-inflammatory or antioxidants. So let's take, for instance, all fruits are good. Your apples, your pawpaw, your bananas, they are all good. But try prioritizing fruits that are more anti-inflammatory and antioxidant, like your berries, your apples. You get these ones. If you go and browse more about them. Now, nobody is saying you should not take banana. I'm not saying you should not do that. But I'm saying major on these ones. Because this is the condition you're having. Why not major on these ones? They will really help you. Because we have a PCOS type that is called inflammatory kind of PCOS. So this kind of PCOS requires that you eat foods. In this kind of PCOS, you must eat healthy. It's a must. You eat foods that, like, the logic here is anything I should put inside my mouth should be medicine. I want to eat in the morning and I want to take potatoes. Is it good for me? Yes. It's fiber. It's good. You get? Now when you want to go and take that your shawarma, you ask yourself, is it good for me? Do I really need this? So that's the question you should be asking yourself. Whatever it is you are eating, it should be healthy. So major on those foods that are healthy is a must. Is a must. If not, you'll just be complaining up and down. This PCOS is killing me. It's doing this, it's doing that. You get? So prioritize these things that are good for you. Focus on these things that are good for you and make them your measure. That's just the logic there.
So I know you. What are the secrets that you did? You know, the ones that you've not overshared. You know, that produced your children. Right? Because we all have. Even if you're a chef, you all have the things the ingredients reserve that you don't want to share. What are some of the things that you do? And you're sharing this because you're helping that woman that might not have gone through your coaching series and all that might hear this and would want to just do them without, without necessarily wanting to connect to you or connect to us. So what are the things you could say, I did this and produced my children for me despite the condition?
Okay, I want to share this story for the sake of people just watching us or hearing about PCOS for the first time. When I finally got diagnosed with PCOS, I think I was weighing around 90 something. My weight, I was weighing around 90 something, and that was too much. So if you calculate my BMI, you know I'm overweight. So by the time I got there, my doctor said, go and lose your weight and come back. So that thing alone, he said, like, I was just looking at this man. I said, I've been trying to lose this weight, sir, but it's not working. He said, go and lose your weight and come back. I went home. In fact, that was how this whole PCOS thing started, because I started asking questions. I started making researches. I said, this is 7 years now. So I started asking, what is PCOS? Which kind of problem is this one? You get? I started asking myself questions. So then I understood that, oh, this is my type of PCOS because of my symptoms. I don't have acne that much. Like some other women, you see their face, wow. But I know I was growing so fat on the upper part of my body. I was growing so fat. If you see my arm was just big. My face used to be very round, like that of the womb. You get? So my tummy, you see my tummy, I used to have flat tummy, but that period my tummy was big. And I now realized that I was having insulin resistance. Like I was having insulin resistance with other symptoms I was having. So this was when I accepted I have PCOS, because you have to accept first. If you don't I know it's not your portion, but you have to
Yeah,
accept.
religion will tell us that it's not your portion.
It's not your
Inside,
portion,
you're scared.
but you have to accept it, because if you don't accept something, you cannot really work on it.
That's
So I accepted I have PCOS. I started working on myself. Doctor only said, go and lose your weight. So I said, okay, what am I going to do? I started by reducing what I was eating, but that wasn't what I needed. I said, okay, how can I get insulin sensitizing agents? I went and got metformin. It's actually for people with diabetes, but it's used to regulate your insulin. I got metformin. I was taking 500 mg because I prescribed it myself. So I took that for like 2 weeks. I was eating healthy. My husband helped me that period a lot for the exercise part. In the evening, we'll stroll, we'll come back, just like that. So by the time I came back to the hospital, I climbed on the scale. I've lost 5 kg. Doctor said, wow. I said, Chidinma, what happened? So I said, I should go and lose weight now. I've lost weight. What is the next thing? You understand? So the man was so amazed that I was able to drop 5 kg. And I said, okay, that means we have to go to the next step. Okay. So this part now, what I was trying to say is, first, accept you have PCOS. Second, what is my PCOS type? Because your PCOS type is different from my PCOS type. We have different triggers. So I might be this big and you are very slim, but we have PCOS. Okay. So it could be that you're having inflammatory kind of PCOS and I'm having insulin resistance. Okay. So what this means is that I should control my sugar level because something is about to happen. Insulin is carrying the sugar up and down, and if I'm not careful, if it drops it in my blood, it's diabetes. So this thing alone is causing a whole lot of delay. Now you, on the other hand, you had inflammations. You might be having adrenal PCOS, maybe stress. You might be having post-pill because of the post-union 2 you took when you were saying you didn't want to get pregnant, you want to be on the safe side. You've taken a whole lot of post-union 2 birth control pills. You are not having post-pill PCOS. So our symptoms or our triggers are different. So you first of all accept, then ask yourself, what are my symptoms? What are my PCOS? And these things you can find them on Google. Google them. What are my PCOS type? Then after this, you now know what you're focusing on. If it's stress, that means you have to. If you are this kind of person, maybe you're staying in the UK, you must work now to pay your bills. Try engaging in things that will reduce your stress level, like swimming, do your yoga, your meditations, and all that. You get. Avoid unnecessary drama. Anything that doesn't concern you, don't put yourself inside. You understand? Then if you have inflammatory PCOS, you make sure that everything you are doing, you don't do things that will cause inflammation, or you go on medications that helps with inflammation. There are a few supplements that will help you do that. You get. So you just have to. That was what I did. In fact, I tell people that PCOS, you have 80% role to play. Your doctor is playing only 20 because of the experience and knowledge gap. 80% is you are the one to play because you are the one to take the medicine. You are the one to accept you have PCOS. You are the one to eat healthy. You are the one to exercise. And you are the one to keep your mental health in check. Yes, nobody's going to do that for you. So if you're having PCOS and you're always having anxiety, you are depressed, know that your healing is still somehow far. You understand? So that was the things I did, and I was able to overcome PCOS. I think we tried pregnancy the first month. It didn't work. The second month, yes, I took him for my child. So I was on the positive. Naturally, I'm this kind of person. I don't like being challenged. If you challenge me, that's why I'm a science student. I'm not a science student originally. I'm an art student. Somebody challenged me that I cannot come first in class. That was how I said, I must come first. That was how I went to science, just to prove a point. So the doctor telling me I can't do this or do that, that was how I said, okay, I want to see it. So you have to. It's a must. You have to try your best.
Great. So it then means that if I understood what you're saying, there are different types of PCOS. So does this mean that when a woman is being diagnosed with PCOS, can the doctor say what kind of PCOS you have? So you just randomly go find out by yourself.
That is where the problem is coming
Yeah, so
from.
please clarify on this problem, because how would one, you are well bred in this, and that's why you're a coach. But I'm just imagining other women, like, they are not, I know you didn't know this as well. It was the problem that drove you to becoming something. And most times, what we are praying, Lord, I don't want this, my people will allow us. So, but not everybody has that grace, has that calling as you. So, what is your advice? How can you, thoroughly explain to the women how they would? Because if you say Google, some people go to Google and even be lost. So, what are some streamlined way that they can, okay, they have PCOS? Do they need to ask any questions, like direct questions to the doctor, or should they go to Google and put in any direct question just to find out what is it, what is the type that I have?
Okay, the thing is, thank God. I thank God for TikTok now, that so many medical persons are coming out to like teach. During our time, it wasn't like this. In fact, you ask a doctor a question and they would just be like, they wouldn't really want to give you answers. In fact, the first question I asked was, what is PCOS? My doctor said, just go. Do what I asked you to do. That was the answer he gave to me. Yes, he said, just go. And mine was even mild, because some people would tell me, you see the kind of response they'll give to you. So I thank God now that many medical personnel are coming out to speak. Now, but your doctor will not start telling you, you have this PCOS type. It's not a school now. They are not going to, what they want is to bring the solution, right? But healing PCOS actually has to start with the person having knowledge of what she's going into. That's what I think. Yes. If you don't tell me what I'm about to go into and I have 80% role to play, definitely anxiety and depression will be my name. That's just the truth. So the doctors are not going to tell you, except you are so lucky and they are not up to 1%. That is it. Yes, they are not up to 1% that is going to put down and start telling you, this is your PCOS type. No. They only start this, they start the solution, start solving the problem. Some will just give you birth control pills and say, go. I know a lady that said, her doctor said, go, whenever you want to get pregnant, you come back. Why would you have someone that has PCOS to go and come back whenever she wants to get pregnant? Why not educate her? Tell her, why not start a lifestyle change now? Why not do this now? So whenever you're ready to get pregnant, it's something you're ready. Like, if I want to get pregnant now, I know I should start doing certain things if I'm not doing them. Because for me that have PCOS, if I just go to or wake up one morning and I do a pregnancy test and I see positive, I will give God all the glory, because for me to get pregnant, I need to plan it. I need to be prepared. I need to put one or two things in order. So women with PCOS, knowing your kind of PCOS has to do with your symptoms. We have inflammatory kind of PCOS. We have insulin resistance. We have post-pill. We have adrenal. We have mist. The mist, actually, I was one that brought about the mist, because while I was coaching women, you find out that most women have insulin resistance and they also have post-pill. Most women have insulin resistance. They also have adrenal PCOS. So I said, okay, that means if this person is showing the symptom of this and she's showing the symptom of this, that means we could also have mixed PCOS. So what we do, we start treating by if you have insulin resistance and you have adrenal PCOS, that's the stress related. We try first to control the stress. You get whatever that is causing the stress. We try as much as possible to control it first, because by so doing, whatever you are doing for the insulin will work. If this person is trying to lose weight and she's carrying 250 kg dumbbell, you are still causing more harm. Like, the stress hormone is increasing, that's the cortisol keeps increasing. So because it's the cortisol keeps increasing, it's still pumping sugar into your bloodstream. So that weight you are trying to lose will not work. Instead, you keep adding more weight. You understand? So insulin resistance is where, I like using this illustration, is where we keep taking in sugar. the cell is busy working. We have a hormone called insulin. So this guy is the Uber driver, taking these things in. It gives to the body gives to the cell, you get, and everybody is just working. Now, the cell is tired, or the cell has taken enough, and it will tell the body, please, I don't need again. The body will not tell insulin, please, insulin, don't bring another sugar. You now, ignorantly, you keep eating your pizza, your sweets, you keep eating those junk, your carbonated drinks and beverages, you keep eating them. You don't know what is going on. Insulin will just be carrying this thing around because it doesn't want to drop it in your blood. Once it drops it, that's diabetes.
Yeah.
So it goes to your arm, it will drop it there. It comes to your liver, it will drop it there. That's why most women with PCOS usually have fatty liver. It comes to your stomach, that is the stubborn belly fat. It drops it there. It comes, like, it keeps dropping the fat everywhere, and you keep eating. You will not know what is going on. You'll just be eating. It drops everywhere, and that process of the insulin carrying this thing around, not wanting to drop it in your blood, is what we call the insulin resistance.
Okay.
That is the insulin resistance. As this whole thing is going on, hormonal imbalance have started because the whole process is not completing. So you are not ovulating. We have multiple eggs that never got matured. That's the polycystic ovaries. You hear polycystic? That's where the name is coming from. PCOS, polycystic ovaries. So many immature eggs that are there. That's the follicles. Some will even grow and form cysts. You hear ovarian cysts. So this whole thing is what we call the insulin resistance. So if you don't take note or start doing the right thing on time, and it drops it in your bloodstream, you now hear someone has been diagnosed with diabetes. Yes. So now, this kind of person, what this person is supposed to do is, you look for, most doctors will give you metformin. That's the traditional way of doing it before now. Then you've heard of the inositol, that's the ovasitol. Yes, it's also an insulin sensitizing supplement. We have the hyponid, at the hyponid, yeah, it's also good, you get. So these things are insulin sensitizing, and any other insulin sensitizing herbs, you know. In fact, anything that helps with regulating your sugar is fine for this kind of PCOS type. So now you're going to cut down on sugar, you're going to cut down on so many things. This kind of person can, insulin resistant PCOS, you can do fasting. You can fast with this kind of PCOS. Yes,
okay.
You can fast. Now, we now come to the adrenal PCOS, where the stress hormone is always increased. That's where your cortisol is always increased. So most of these people are always stressed. Either they're having anxiety, they're having depression. You know what anxiety is now? Fear of the future. Depression, pain of the past. Yeah. They're having anxiety, they're having depression, or this kind of people that they don't sleep. They're always working from Monday to Sunday. They're always stressed. You get, they don't have rest at all. These things keep increasing the cortisol. That's the stress hormone. The guy will just be growing and be pumping more sugar into your bloodstreams. The process is very long. I'm trying to say it in a layman's language because yes, so that everybody can understand. Now, this person has to do more of, like, I don't know, I call it realization, like things that will relax or calm your nerves. You have to be relaxed at all times. Yes. Most of the times I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like going anywhere. Anxiety has started in. Fear of going outside. I might be inside my house for 1 week. I've not seen outside because I feel so comfortable and secured inside. That's anxiety. I'm so scared. I don't know what will happen. You might tell me, go to my one today. I'll start thinking of how we enter vehicle. What if the vehicle falls down? What this one happens? You understand? Now, it shows that you are stressed. Your cortisol is high. So supplements like your magnesium, your vitamin D plus magnesium, herbs that helps with calming your nerves. We have so many of them. Herbs that helps with anxiety, anything that helps with anxiety, that helps in relaxing your stress level is fine for you. It's fine for you. Now, if you're having inflammatory kind of PCOS, you just wake up body pains all over your body, as in everywhere, it's just paining you. You get these people usually have a lot of acne. Like, you know what inflammation is? That when something is like, something is swelling or something is growing. You understand that kind of thing. So it means you should measure on things that will help with inflammation, medications that will help with inflammation, foods that majorly foods that will help with inflammation. You understand? So all these unhealthy meals, they cause more inflammation. So major on things that helps with inflammation. You know, even this ulcer most of us have is inflammation, right? They are wounds. So things that will help with inflammation, these are the things you should measure on. There are supplements that help with them, but I know majorly foods, what you put inside your mouth, has a whole lot to do with inflammatory kind of PCOS. Then we now have the post-pill. There are so many young ladies that don't want to get pregnant. You're on the smart side. You're always on Postinion 2. I will use Postinion 2 as an instance. You're always on Postinion 2. Now, you keep taking Postinion 2 so you don't get pregnant. But there's something you don't know that is going on. You're actually scattering your hormones, your cycle. You'll find out that if you used to see your period, you used to have a 30-day cycle or 28-day cycle. You started having 31. You started having 32. You started having 30. Most times 40. You scattered your circle. It's no longer regular, and you won't know what is going on until you get married. You now start hearing hormonal imbalance. So this is actually caused by post-pill, like pills you've been taking, medications you've taken in the past, and most of the times it's birth control pills like the Postinion 2 and so many other ones. So people with this kind of PCOS is usually a very simple type of PCOS that goes on its own. Most times if you go to the doctor will say your PCOS is mild. Most of the time, this is what they are talking about. So with little lifestyle changes, you can just get pregnant. It's easy to get pregnant. So anything that will just help you to regulate, immediately you find out that your period is already regulated, it means you're fine. You're good to go. You understand? So when we now have the mixed PCOS is where you have both the post-pill, you have adrenal, you have these different types of PCOS, their symptoms, all in one umbrella. This is where if you check Google now, what you're going to see is 4 types of PCOS. What you're going to see is 4. I actually came up with 6, but I said let me just make it 5 because the 6th one is thyroid. Thyroid is one thing that mimics PCOS. The symptoms mimics PCOS a whole lot. Most women that have thyroid actually felt they had PCOS because of the symptoms is a look-alike kind of thing. So I don't mention that because once you say thyroid, hey, women, what is thyroid? And me, I've not I don't know what thyroid is. It was during my research and I said, okay, so mixed PCOS is when you have 1 or 2 to 3 types of PCOS type symptoms in one. Yeah.
Okay, so I thank you so much. This is more like a master class. So I understand that PCOS does it affect ovulation in women? Like all these types affect ovulation, and so it's only when they do the proper treatment that they can start regulating their ovulation, or can you just start regulating your ovulation before you do your treatment?
Well, your ovulation will get regulated as you're treating, but the thing is, trying to conceive moms are very desperate. The condition is a desperate condition you get. So most women that I'm coaching, they don't really have that time. The only people that have that time for them to get their period regulated are those that are not married, or those that are married but their husband will soon be coming back or is not with them. So they have enough time to arrange their cycle. But if you see a woman that is staying with her husband and she has PCOS, they don't have that kind of time. So what I usually advise them, I have the 30 days reverse challenge, I have the 60 days reverse challenge. So we use 30 days to eat healthy, supplement, and exercise, like regulate your body. I call it regulation. Regulate your body. Then we now start trying pregnancy. So the trying pregnancy we do is we start initiating ovulation. Now the good thing about regulating your body is so that when you initiate ovulation, the tendency of you having a matured egg that is ready to get fertilized will be there. During my time, I had like 3 matured eggs. 3. That is one of the advantages of having PCOS. You are prone to having multiple babies. Yes, that's one of the advantages. Then the second one, before I continue with what I'm saying, is you have caution. There's a caution sign. If I don't take care of this, I might end up being diabetic in future. If I don't take care of this, I might end up with BP. If I don't take care of this, I might have cancer of the womb lining. If I don't take care of this, I might end up a sad person because of anxiety and depression. So these are the two advantages of having PCOS. You get it? So back to what I was saying. So women with PCOS are or trying to conceive mom, not just PCOS, any kind of problem they are having. They are so desperate, they don't have this time. So once you start, after regulating your body, we can now start trying pregnancy. And this is exactly what your doctor will do. Most doctors will just go ahead and immediately, he just diagnose with PCOS. And the person is weighing 105. Immediately start trying pregnancy. Even when the person gets pregnant, the tendency of losing this pregnancy is very, very high.
Very high.
So I think most of these doctors that know what most of them that know what they're doing say, go and lose your weight. You have to lose this weight, but I have to drop this weight. Except the person doesn't have the weight is maybe overweight, underweight or on a normal range. Well, that's fine. So regulate your body before you start trying pregnancy, so that even if you initiate ovulation, the tendency of you, even if you are going for IVF, try also to regulate your body. You understand? Eat healthy. Try to get your body filled with these good nutrients you might be missing. Because if you're having PCOS, the tendency of you having so many deficiencies is there. You might have vitamin D deficiency, you're having magnesium deficiency, you're having vitamin B12, you might be having B6, and so many other deficiencies there. Iron, but note, before you supplement on iron, always talk with your doctor, because iron is something that if you take it on the SX, the only way to take it out from your body is going to donate blood to somebody. So you not donate and they will give you back your blood. So before you supplement on iron, please talk with your doctor. So try as much as to get your body regulated. Be on the healthy path before you start initiating. So we actually initiate ovulation if this person doesn't have much time. Yeah.
Okay, great. I hope women, you're learning and you're contacting her. Okay, you're contacting her for this. She's an expert in that. So before I ask you the last question, which would be resources and then your final advice to women, you mentioned that this in explaining, you're talking as if you're still seeing this, or you're still experiencing this PCOS. So does that mean that PCOS is not cured? Like, are you still living with it up till now?
PCOS doesn't have a cure. You keep maintaining it. Yes. After I gave birth to my first child, I relaxed. I was so relaxed. Like, I'm giving birth to. Do you know? I added weight, though plus the baby weight. I added weight. It wasn't easy. Like, my symptoms came back. So it's something you keep maintaining. That's why we said it's a disorder. You keep putting things in order. So I actually advise people, this is the logic. These little things you're doing, make them your lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle. I don't eat anyhow. Like, if I'm going out now, I plan myself. I'll not just get on the road and go and get one buns I see out there and I'll buy. Get cake. I don't do that. Get shawarma. Go and buy more or mineral. I will just take my water. Because it's not a lifestyle. I started building it. It has to be a lifestyle. If not, they will come back. So something
okay.
Well,
for all the women out there that put everything that Coach Chidinma is saying into practice, just know that the Lord will heal you. But then the Lord does not heal in your indiscipline. Like, one thing you said that struck me is it's now your lifestyle. Like, because most women in church, I just tell them I'm not a PCS or whatever, I'm just a pastor. I tell them that your weight is just too much. And you're always eating, they bring pizza. Naturally, that's why I look like I'm in my 20s, I'm in my early 30s. I don't eat except it's food I make. I fast a lot. I'm even on fast. That's why my tea, I actually didn't drink it. I fast a lot. But I eat little naturally, but I eat well. And I take fruits. Even while in Nigeria, you must watch what you take, because our body produces what we put in. So most of these problems, PCOS we're having is not like, I'm so glad Chidinma is very, very honest. What you put in, the body produces it. You can't put in cake and have gold. No, it's cake, it will produce cake. So also watch what you eat. And this is me saying to every woman, I'm trying to connect with her, try to understand this PCOS, try to know what are the do's and don'ts, try to connect with someone that has the knowledge. Chidinma, we're going to start putting price to this thing so that you start paying me. So I'm going to ask you that in closing, what is your detailed advice to women and what are the resources? I know you mentioned Google, and you also always mention herbs. I'm always very skeptical about herbs because people don't know the quantity, they don't know the actual measurement for the body. So when anything that has to do with herbs, I'm very scared of it. I don't like to say it publicly, so that people know. So that woman said I should take herb, and I took the herb for insulin, and this one happened. I prefer go to your doctor. The doctor will tell me, because every medicine has specification, like 2 times, 3 times herbs. They always get like that. So what's your advice? Yeah, there are resources. And this is a place where you can also talk about what you do and also invite people to join. So feel free to do that in this last session. So this is more like you giving us the detail. What is your advice? What are the things you didn't put in your explanation that will be helpful for that woman? And just your general advice. If there are resources you can refer women to, and also talk about what you do.
Okay, the first thing I will tell you is this: if you just got diagnosed with PCOS, you just have to calm down. Now,
calming down.
Yes, it's not a good news. That's just the truth. The name alone scares most people. Now, they've diagnosed you with PCOS. I think after cry as much as you can. That's what I did. Cry as much as you can. Then stand up, clean your eyes, and ask yourself, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? So if you have a good doctor, a very good doctor, I know they will help you on the journey very well. But try as much as you can to join community of like minds. Yes, women that are also going through the same thing you're going through. In fact, TikTok is a hospital. Yes, what we are suffering there now is overdose of information.
I don't know.
A lot of
that community.
I'm telling you. So a lot of people have seen that women trying to conceive are desperate. So they've really opened an office there. Most people advising you on PCOS have not really experienced it. So that's the thing that differentiates me with any other PCOS coach out there, because when you come to me, I tell you real life experiences. And most times when I'm coaching people, you see some persons, they start crying because I'm just telling them what they are experiencing, what I've experienced. So PCOS is not a joke, we all know, but at the same time, it's not a life. It's not a death sentence. It's not. So the more you keep getting frustrated, the more you are prolonging the issue, and you're even making it hard. So look for a community of PCOS warriors like you. Ask questions. I know Google, you might also suffer from overdose of information, because naturally Nigerian people, we are not good with research. We are not good. Just few of us that do this research. But if you can, ask 1 or 2 questions. At least know what it means. What is PCOS? So even when you go to your doctor, you know the kind of questions you should be asking your doctor. So what we do in our community is we talk about PCOS. I have a monthly for people that the content I'm creating on TikTok is not enough for them. They want me to coach them personally. That's where the 30 days challenge is coming from. That's where the 60 days challenge is coming from. I have people that be like, I don't want to be in a group with anybody. Just talk to me personally. Yes, for sure, you're going to pay for my time. It's just a token. It's not, if you go, in fact, when I went, the first time I saw my doctor, I paid 50,000 for consultation. So, and that 50,000 expires every 30 days. So if I'm going to see him next month, I'm going to renew with 50,000 because he's a specialist. So it's just a token. Someone is saying pay 10,000 naira for me. In fact, the people I'm coaching since last year, March, I'm still coaching them till now. Even those that are pregnant, even though somebody just sent me a message today, my breast milk is no longer running. What will I do?
Is it for only the 10,000?
You need to. No,
I need to coach you. Anyway, you are my daughter. I will coach you. Let's say this.
I need it though. I need to coach you. So she said her breast milk is no longer. Breast milk is no longer running.
For 10,000 1 year.
So breast milk is no longer on. Definitely, I must give her an answer because the goal here is not really about money. It's to get the information out there, create awareness. It's not a joke. So because it wasn't funny for me, and I'm a very strong person, looking at what I've passed through in life, I've lost both parents. Not even about losing both parents. I'm a child that trained herself. Like, I did so many jobs too. So, and I know there are so many women out there that are not strong as I am. So if it's difficult for me, how is it going to be for them? That was actually what brought about the PCOS awareness of a thing that I'm doing. For one day, I've not brought my phone to see what other people are doing. This person is talking about PCOS. What are you saying? I'm just sharing my own story in my own way. So you can register for any of these things. Ask your questions. Register for it. Ask your questions. Because if you have to pay your... I know a woman that... Anyway, this is a live section. We are not going to say everything here. But people are going through a whole lot. In the hands of people that should be helping them. People are going through a whole lot. So please, if you can, register for the challenge. Join the challenge. But if you don't want to register, you don't have the money. We still have the free group. Join. You understand? Then you go to my TikTok. There's no question you want to ask about PCOS that I've not said there. I do videos, I teach, I talk about PCOS, I tell my stories. Why I'm telling my stories is so that someone will get inspired. In fact, a man wrote me from India and said, since you started talking about this PCOS thing, I start seeing it's not my wife's fault. That means all this while, he's actually regretting why he got married to the woman. The man actually, he asked the lady to pay for the challenge, to join the challenge, the personal challenge. The lady paid for, I think she paid for the group. The man came back and was asking me, do you know this name? She's in your personal. I said, I don't know anybody like that though. He now said, I gave her money to pay for the personal challenge. So after everything, I discovered she was in the group. The man now called me back that he wants her to be in the personal challenge. So the content there is actually helping. If it's not helping, people will not come and tell you, you are motivating me. You are people from different parts of the world. You are inspiring me. You get... So it's not all about money, but if you want me to coach you personally, definitely you pay for that little time. So PCOS is not a joke, but it's something you can handle. Then above all, God is the one that perfects everything that concerns us. So in everything you are doing, your effort, ask God to direct you. God, help me. That's the thing I usually say then. I say, God, only you can help me. You see this situation, only you can help me. And for real, God came through for me. Like my second baby, I had a miscarriage. I was supposed to go for an interview on the 16th of 2020, September. That was the day I had a miscarriage. I lost that job with FCMB because of that miscarriage. So while I was on the bed, I told God, which kind of problem is this? Why me? Why me? Today I'm supposed to get a job. I'm on the bed about undergoing an evacuation. I kept on crying that God, please help me. Do you know what happened? I lost that baby in September. In October, I was already pregnant. I didn't know. Now, this particular pregnancy was different because I didn't take any medication. I was not on anything. Because I cried that day on the bed. I said, God, you have to help me. What's all this? God, you know how difficult it is for me to get pregnant. You know my effort. You know the kind of efforts I put in to get pregnant. So why will I always have this kind of situation? And I got pregnant in October. Now, because I now discovered I'm pregnant, I started taking my normal medication because I have to be on this medication for 14 weeks. So each day I take this medication, my body will just it will be as if I'm dying. So one day I won't say I had. I said, let me just try and leave this medication for today and see how I will feel. I left the medication. I was okay. The next day, I was okay. So this is to tell you that we cannot help God. God was actually helping me. That was how I packed all those medications. I think the lady that got the other day